You see, there's no law requiring doctors to cure people when there's a cure available. There's no law requiring doctors to prevent diseases in people when the prevention is known. Now, if it were my way, if I were the U.S. Surgeon General, the first thing I would do is pass a law. You see, as this agency, they can make a law. They don't even need to go to Congress and get it approved. They could just make a law. Well, I would make a law by fiat. I would make a law that said that if there's a disease that is curable with anything, whether it's an herb or a drug or a nutrient, if it's curable and the physician just treated the symptoms as opposed to curing it, there was a cure available, I would put them in jail for a Class A felony for 25 years to life. And by the time you did it to the first 1,000 physicians, the rest of them would start recommending the cure, right? Because they wouldn't want to go to jail. But of course, that's not going to happen. The pharmaceutical and the medical lobby is too powerful, so that's not going to happen. Now, this was known 290 years ago. The first U.S. Surgeon General, a guy by the name of Benjamin Rush, who was an MD, realized that the different philosophies of medicine were fighting amongst each other. They were actually having gunfights in the street. Certain groups of medical doctors would take over a hospital and lock the doors, and the other groups of medical doctors would march down to the town armory and get a cannon and blow the door off. They go in and have gunfights because one was homeopaths and the other ones used herbs and the other ones liked physical medicine and stuff. They were literally having gunfights over this. And so Benjamin Rush, who was the top surgeon for the Continental Army during the Revolution, George Washington personally appointed him as the first U.S. Surgeon General. There's a very famous story. He said that he wanted an amendment in the Constitution which said that people would have their choices of medical sciences. He said, if we don't have an amendment in the Constitution giving people their choice, free choice of which medical science they want, like their choice of religion and freedom of speech, he said, somewhere along the line, and I'm quoting him now, one class of men will take over the medical sciences and it will be the Bastille of America. Now, his fears have become our nightmare 290 years later because the free enterprise system has never taken place in the medical industry since the American Medical Association was formed. Everything they've done for the last 100 years was not to learn how to treat patients better. Everything they've done for the last 100 years has been designed to kill off all competition.